So I just found this wonderful lady on YouTube. Her name is Dolores Cannon. I've listened to her in the last couple of weeks. She's come up a few times in my feed, and I've listened to a few things that she has put out, and it's like she's speaking my mind. But this morning, well, I started the video yesterday because it was kind of a long video, and I finished it this morning. And she's talking about how to manifest, and these are understandings that I already understand, but she says them so simply and with such confidence and such ease that it really comes and centers with me. She really speaks to me. And so this morning I finished watching the video, and she is explaining how when you want to manifest something, you have to be able to imagine it. You have to be able to see it and know exactly what it is. Tell the universe what it is exactly that you want with as much detail as you can put into it. See it as already existing in your mind's eye. See it already yourself sitting in that place and in that energy and in that dream job or whatever it is that you want to manifest. Think of it in detail and imagine that you are already in that existence, and send that out into the world. And then not worry about how it's going to show up in your life, because by trying to say, well, it has to come through this or this or this avenue or revenue, then you are taking the universe, which is unlimited possibilities of ways to bring you what it is that you want, and you're telling it, no, it has to come through this avenue, which in a lot of times we all know this, that we in ourselves are not so clear. So a lot of times we could be giving out conflicting messages, trying to force it to come down an avenue that has conflicting things in it. So really it's just imagining the end thing that it is that you want to manifest, and holding that vibration and that thought and imagining it into detail, and then letting it go, the how it's going to come, it's just the what, and feeling it intensely, feeling it as if it already exists, like being happy in it, in its existence, and knowing that it's there. And when you do that, you are putting this into escrow. You're like putting this vibration, everything that you can imagine is in existence. It's just them bringing it into form for you in your existence. That's all it is. It's already in existence, just bringing it into your existence. So if you can imagine yourself in that, then it already exists, right? So it's just bringing it towards you, and bringing yourself towards it. It's a magnetation. It's like magnetizing it to yourself. And so when you can think in this way, you don't have to think of the how, because when you try to think of the how and you try to force it to come down a certain avenue, then you are taking infinite possibilities, that the universe has infinite possibilities. It's all knowing, everything is in existence all at once. It's way bigger than we can ever imagine. We're a part of this magnificence, right? We're just one little tiny part. We are everything and nothing all at once. It's a big paradox. And so when we take it and try to maneuver it, first of all, we're taking this many infinite possibilities and taking them down into one little strand of what we already know. I mean, if we already knew how to get it here, it would already be here, right? So I mean, that's the hard way of going about it, having to work really hard and trying to find it. And why do we need to go out and find it? We're part of this big, magnificent existence. Everything is already in existence. All we need to do is vibe it out, right? Vibe it and bring it towards us. So in doing this, there isn't, our job is done, right? Because when doing it the difficult way is trying to think that we have to do it all by ourselves and all alone, and we're just one little speck of this massive existence, right? That we're a part of. And so when we trust in the intelligence of everything, the intelligence of what, we know that fruit grows on trees. We don't have to figure out how the tree grows and what kind, and how is it going to make that fruit. And we just trust that the universe provides for us fruit grow on trees, and we trust that it's there because we have been programmed to trust it. We've been able to trust it for our whole lives. We trust that plants grow our food. We trust that, there's so many different things that we trust. We trust that the sun is going to come up in the morning. We don't have to try to think and make it come up and know exactly how and what time and at what angle and how far it's going to be from the earth. We don't have to figure all that out, because there's a divine intelligence that already has all that figured out for us. So we can just sit back and trust. And now the thing is, within our lives, is that we were taught that anything that we want, we have to go out and we have to work for it, and we have to find it, and we have to, there is an amount of, we have to create movement. We have to move towards what we want. We have to know what we want. And we have to aim towards what we want. But we don't have to do the divine's work for it. The divine is divine. We're part of the divine. That's how we have language. That's how we speak. That's how we communicate. That's how we get up in the morning. That's how we know. There's certain things that we just know how to do. Nobody ever had to teach us even how to make love. Nobody had to teach us what tastes good. Nobody had to teach us. We regardless if we were taught how to walk, we would know how to walk. It's there's so many things that nobody had to teach us. Nobody has to teach us when we're hungry. We know when we're hungry. So there is an illusion that we need to do something in order to get anything. It's an illusion, and it's also going about it the hard way. If we have to go out and find everything that we want in our existence and make it grow, go out and make the tree grow and tell it how to grow, and we're just getting in. We would be going against our own purpose, right? Because the tree knows what to do. All it needs is to be left alone. So our manifestations are the same. We just need to know what it is that we want, and then to leave it alone to blossom on its own without us trying to manipulate every aspect of it. When we get ourselves in there, involved in the middle of it, then we're just messing everything up. And we're taking everything that could come through so many different revenues, and we're taking them into one little one little avenue that we already think that we know, and that we probably don't know anyway, otherwise it would already be here, right? So she explains everything so simple. I did a whole bunch of add-ons here because I'm getting into it, and I'm really understanding the concept of it. And as you know, a lot of these videos are me being able to just take everything and just allowing it to flow through me, and it also gives me the gift of the knowledge as well. We brainwash ourselves. We teach ourselves what it is that I say all my it's not dirty laundry, but all my unfolded laundry in the back. But we teach ourselves, and we program our own minds. So this is something that's very important for me to speak out, because once you take your thoughts or whatever's coming through you and you put it into words, it's like making a creation in this 3D. It's giving power to your thoughts. It's actually it's like the meditation that I do in the morning. I do my twins meditation, which is like, and it's taking what you want to manifest and I'm really happy I did this. I'm going to tell you about it in a second, because it actually brings all of my thoughts into something. I wrote it down. So when you do you're sending vocally out into the world a vibration of what it is that you are thinking and what it is that you have inside. And so it makes your meditation that much more powerful rather than it just being a radiating energy. You know, when you meditate, you have like this, you radiate whatever it is that you're feeling. You always radiate whatever it is that you're feeling, and it goes out into our aura and goes into the world around us. But when you go in your meditation, you're sending it out further. You're doing it with purpose. You're doing it with strength and with it's like you're actually sending it out instead of just radiating it around you. And you're sending your message out into the world. And the more that you can take your message and you can make it into something that is comprehensible, something that is very specific. This is how I'm imagining my life. So I did this, How to Manifest Anything You Want with Dolores Cannon. And she had, at the end of the video, she explained, you know, that she explained basically what I just explained now. I just did a whole bunch of add-ons. But she explained basically that you don't have to know the how. When you know that, when you're trying to force the how, then you are, you're taking infinite possibilities and you're bringing them down into like your what is the word when you take something and you like diminish it? It's like you're sticking a foot in your own spokes, really. And so what is important is your belief in the universe to create, and your belief. She also talks about energy, that everything is energy, and this I know. Everything in existence, even the physical things, are energy. Everything is energy, and it's a vibration. And so what we have come to learn is how to manipulate energy. Now, a conversation I was having with my twin the other day is about energy. It was some thoughts that I had about energy. Is that everything is energy. And what is energy? Energy is alive. It's movement. It's in constant movement and expansion and change and manipulation. Like not manipulation. It's in constant shape shifting. Energy is in constant movement. So when we try to grasp onto anything, because everything is energy. When we try to grasp onto anything and hold it in place, we're going against nature. So anytime that you are not being fluid and you're trying to hold on to an idea, a physical thing, anything that we're trying to grasp, a relationship, anything that we're trying to hold on to make it ours, we have pain in. Because things that are ours will be in our existence. We don't have to hold on to them. By trying to hold on to them, we're actually making them smaller and diminishing them and see, it's the same word I was looking for before, or like retarding its growth. So once we try to hold on to something, we're actually ruining its beauty. You know, if we take a person and we try to hold them in place, because we like them like this, we like them so much, we try to grab them and hold them in place, we're stopping their expansion. We're actually stopping what we love so much about them. And this is something that I've realized also in myself, like when my 20-year marriage, is that I was being held down into, and when, you know, everything is in constant movement. So either you're flourishing and you're going in this upward spiral, and either you're growing or you are linvolling, or you're deteriorating. So you're always in movement. There's nothing that is held just in place. You can't be held in place because there's no movement in that. And we're energetic beings. We're made of energy. Every single cell in us, every single atom is energy. That's all we are. You can't hold on to energy. So it's either expanding or decreasing, declining. So by being in a relationship that I talk about jealousy a lot too, in relationships especially, there's a lot of jealousy. So even in relationships, jealousy is something that is trying to hold somebody in place because it's not allowing them to flourish or allowing them to truly express themselves or to go out. Yeah, I've talked about how 50% of the people in the world, every single person that you meet in the world has something to teach you. Every single person is unique, and every single person you connect to in different ways. So every person that I connect to meets different parts of me and different aspects of me. And some people, why is it that some people that we meet, they hit our funny bone and they just crack us up no matter what they say. They just make us laugh. Or some people open up the complete spiritual side, or some people open up in me my business mind, or everybody that I meet, or some people open up like all of my artistic side and all the different art projects that I want to do. See, every single person that I meets me in a different way. So if I am with a spouse or with a life partner that is jealous, then it hinders me from meeting 50% if they can't deal with me speaking with men or speaking with the opposite sex, which is 50% of the people, that's 50% of my expansion. Every single person that we meet does unique things and teaches us something, has something to teach us, even if it's through ways that aren't so nice. A lot of times we meet people that rub us wrong, and then we also have something to learn from that. And then there's a lot of people that I just see as meet people. People that you meet and they're just like, they're so closed off, and they're so far in there under layer and layer and layer of crap. Consensus crap. Oh, I have to be this way, I have to be this way, that you can barely even see them in there. You can barely see any kind of even a spark of individuality or personality. And I'm saying this with no judgment. I'm saying it with compassion. I feel for these people. These people are going to have to do a lot more rounds here in this realm to get cut free of that. I can see in myself how I was raised a free spirit, and how much crap I have still in me that I have to cut through, and to allow myself to be a complete free-flying, self-accepting, worthy, self-reliant, manifesting being. And so I'm really getting this energetic thing, and I'm really happy that I found this Dolores. You see, she's somebody that really meets me in places that I can really correspond with, that really move me and inspire me. And you can see by this video that I'm making, I'm super inspired. So at the end of her video, she had this, she did a mind guide. Like, lay down, close your eyes, and imagine. And she took me and the different people that she was working with on a trip in my mind, and imagining. And she said she led me up these big marble steps, and at the top you get to this plateau, and there's 3 doors, and one of the doors is 1 and 3 and 5. 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. And you choose whichever door you want to go through. And then once you go through it, you go through this fog, and then the fog dissipates, and then you say, what do you see? And I was surprised at what I saw, because it wasn't something that I would have consciously said, okay, this is my imagining. So I went into this Northern European, I was on this mountainside looking over into this little Northern European cute little village, and everything was green around and mountainy and with hills, and that wouldn't be my my go-to thought. And I was traveling. I knew I was traveling, and I knew that I had a companion there with me that I loved and that loved me, and that we were making videos. That's what we were doing, and and we were traveling. And then she led us, and I'm not going to go through everything that I imagined, but then she led us into like to see the place, the space that I live in, and I could see it clearly. And what is it that I'm doing, something special that I'm doing, and how it is that I'm, what it is that I do, like what my job is, what I do. And with that, it was I make videos because I've said it many times before. That it seems like that's all I really want to do is sit around and make videos and talk. I make videos and I promote things that I like. And I guess that would be the way to make a living through making videos, right? And I get so freaking emotional. I think that it's when I hit like a core, like when I hit something that is like so deep in me, I get emotional and then I start crying. I know this about myself. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I hit on ultimate truth of something that I guess that I really do desire that I haven't been able to bring into words maybe. So it's so freaking emotional. And then she took us into like the place that I'm going to put a link to that video in the comments of this video so that you guys can do it too. And then she led me like into the place where I live and imagining what it is how it looks. And I was able to do that too with detail. And she really, really led me to understand that I can just imagine what it is that I want. I don't have to know, I'm like, she like let me off the hook of having to, and it connects to the video that I did this morning. That maybe I'll put the video that I did this morning at the end of this video because that was, or maybe I don't know. I'm not going to say, maybe I'll just put them up separate. But oof, it really connects back to the video that I did this morning where I said, I'm just tired of running around after things. I'm tired of trying to make things, work. I just want to be. I feel like it's the end of the summer and something in the air changed. There's something in the atmosphere that completely changed. The air outside, everything is like dense and foggy and at a standstill. Everything is just standing in place. It's supposed to rain a little bit today, bring down some of the summer heat. But everything is just kind of like a big dense cloud. I don't watch news, but I went over to my parents' house yesterday for a little while, and I saw that there's like this big dirt cloud or something, some kind of weather thing is coming in from south. It's coming in from Egypt. So isn't it cool that I live in a place that we get weather that comes in from Egypt? I feel like I've always feel the connection to ancient Egypt and to the pyramids, and I've never been there yet, and I really want to go. See, that would have been something that I would have imagined, that I would imagine in my mind, me going to Egypt. I've always wanted to go to Egypt. Just like I've always wanted to go to Pompeii. And it's going to be the new year at the end of this year. I think I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to get my book out That's something I've been working on. It's something that I know exactly what to do. I just need to sit down and design my cover. And I'm just going to sit down and design it. And my site I've been working on, I'm just going to let it, I feel like it's in a fog and it needs to like come into being. And I feel like once I am starting to become like true to myself, it'll all come in perfect harmony and synchronicity and exactly as it's supposed to be. And I think that part of it not coming together, because all the technical stuff I can get figured out. It's the what it needs to be that's not settled yet in my mind. But at least pushing myself forward and starting to settle it, because you know, up till now it's just been a big cloud up in my mind, and now at least it's coming down into, wait, should it be this way or should it be that way, should it be this way or should it be that way, well, it needs to have my products in it, so I started putting my products in it, because that's a given. I know that that's something that I need. I don't know exactly what the design is going to look like yet, but I'm kind of working on the layout, so it's all kind of coming together as it comes together. And so then she took us into this into imagining my life and imagining who's there with me. And I was imagining my twin there with me in a playful sort of way, and imagining the land and imagining how it looks and how I grow my own food, which is something that I really want to do, and the flowers outside the window and what my house looks like. And I was imagining the kitchen mainly because I really want a really nice kitchen with windows that I can see the outside through, and a driveway that I can drive into the property all the way, kind of country style, with trees all around, and I grow my own food, and there's a cave because I love caves that I can fix up and kind of make into like a solitude place that's in the ground. So I kind of imagining it on a little bit on a hill, or a hill in the back. And if I'm imagining what I want, I'm imagining what I want. It doesn't, I don't have to bring it down into, those things are in existence. I don't have to bring down to, oh, is it possible? Is it not possible? I'm leaving all that out of it. I'm just imagining how it is that I want it to be. And so I want a cave on my property. I want a cave, and I want a hill, and I want a water source. I want a little stream that runs through the property, and I want the property to be big enough that it has different outhouses, a place for me to go and work, and a place to store things, and a greenhouse where I can grow things, and a water source that I can go out and get natural water from a spring and wash my dishes there. And I'm imagining like a place where I can make fires, where there, a big fire pit, and lots of places around it where people can come and be. And if I'm already building all of that, then I'm going to build like a big pool that catches the water, so that there's a natural, if there's already a little stream going through, then I'm going to make a place where it catches the water, where there's a natural pool that I can go swimming in, and invite friends over to be, and if I'm already having all of that, then maybe I'll have a yurt too, so that I can do like community things, invite people over to do community things, and kind of show them a way of life. That would be really nice. I would love to do that. A place of healing, a place where people can come and heal, but that I still have my own privacy. And I was imagining also my twin there with a place for him to have his truck house that he wants. And I was learning the other day, my twin taught me, he brought a bow and arrow, and he taught me how to shoot a bow and arrow. And I feel like it was natural to me. It just came to me after a few times, that was it. I was in. It was like really fun to shoot a bow and arrow. It's like trying to get them all into one area. It's like really fun. And so that's something have space to do all of those things. And imagining a goat, like a couple of goats. You don't want to have one goat. One goat would be bored by itself, but like a male and a female goat. And chickens for chicken eggs and a chicken house. And a place for all of my children to come and just be relaxed and and the feeling that I have is complete security in my place, and the place is I own it outright. And I went into the door that's a year from now, okay? So all of this is a year from now. And the more detail that you can imagine it and feel it, is the more like is creating it quicker and bringing it to you quicker. And I release to the universe how it's going to come to me. I release to the universe, let the universe deal with that, the divine intelligence. So then at the end she said, write it down. So I have sat down and written it all down there, written it all down in detail. And so I have it down in the book, and I keep on adding to it, because the more you get into detail, the more details you get. I want to be able to cook outside on an open fire. I want to do that. That's so much fun. Yesterday we cooked out on an open fire. Yesterday we met next to the natural spring over here, and we cooked. And that was really fun. I just love being outdoors and cooking outdoors and washing the dishes in the stream that's there. I love doing those things. So this is my video about manifesting your future, and how to manifest your future through imagination. So that's where I'm at this morning. And this morning I've just kind of let myself off. I don't know, it's like something with this morning, how I woke up and I'm just so tired of chasing. I'm tired of constantly being like in a mind buzz, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And that's why this Dolores, the woman, Dolores Cannon, came in so perfect for me this morning, because you'll see in the video that I did this morning, once I update them, that this came in at perfect timing for me. I'm just so tired of chasing. I'm tired of trying to force things. I'm tired of trying to figure everything out on my own. I just want to be and allow things to come in perfect synchronicity with me. Anything that is mine, come in and be in my existence around me. I'm just going to be. I'm just going to be in my center. Everything that is mine can come in and fill in all the gaps around me in perfect synchronicity with me. I can't be in my perfect harmonious place and have anything around me that is not in perfect synchronicity with me. It just won't fit. It won't combine. So I want to take care of my children. I want to be there for them. I don't want to be in a constant mind buzz. I want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy my life. I want to create. And so that's where I'm at this morning. So it's all this before 10 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do my book. I feel like that's my God's work. So I'm going to do my God's work. I'm going to do my God's work and trust in the divinity to do all the rest. I'm doing my God's work this morning. So have a wonderful day. That's what I'm doing.